All right, hi, this is Howie Yin, Licensed Immigration Advisor. So today we're going to talk about the new AEWV, Accredited Employer Work Visa Procedure and Steps. This has been implemented since July this year. So we've got a lot of questions from the employer, from the potential employee in terms of how we're going to do it and what we're going to do it and what need to be aware of when you apply for these applications. So basically this three-step situation here. And the first step is called accreditation. Excuse my writing. So this is step number one. So this is for the employer. Okay? And the second step is the job check. And this is for the employer too. And the third step is the actual application. And this is for the employee. Okay, so just be clear. This is for the employer, this is for the employer too, this is for the employee. Okay? So I'll give you an example. So for example, a restaurant in Auckland Central, Parnell or Epsom looking for an employee. Let's say, for example, they're looking for a cafe manager, a restaurant manager, right? And so the first thing they need to do is to get credit. Okay, so this is by INZ. Okay, so first of all, they need to pay immigration $740. So that's the immigration fee that goes to immigration. What do they need to provide? Bank statement, not bank statement. Financial statement for the last 2 years, has to make a profit, right? And also 6 months cash flow statement to show they made a profit in each of the 6 month period. So just not two of this, just one of this is fine. So if you have financial statement or you have 6 months continued positive cash flow, it's okay. If you don't have either one of this, you'll need a cash forecast, financial forecast, or other revenue to prove that your business continued. And there's other things there for the employer to do, for example, online module, for example, providing the employee information as well. So we'll help you with that. So this is relatively easy, but it's not easy, but they still have to pay for immigration. So the processing time for that one, we're expecting to 1 to 3 weeks. Okay. In some cases that could be 1 to 4 weeks as well. It's, if immigration systems go down. Let's look at number 2, job check. Very important, because job check, sometimes the employer said to us that they've done it themselves. Okay, they said I already have an advertisement in place, and quite often these advertisement is not meeting immigration requirements. So I often get employers say, "How we already done it last month, already done it last year." All right, these we usually check with immigration requirements. And quite often it doesn't actually meet immigration requirements, and if they do, they're not tailored for this applicant. So the job check has to be done with the applicants, considering who is the applicant, who is applying for this job. So there are a few things for the job check about the salary. Okay, $27.76. For some other maybe hospitality, you can get $25.50, I believe. Okay, so you need to be salaried, and you also need to show there is a full-time position. Okay, more than 30 hours, but not 80 hours. That would be too much, right? So you have to more than 30 hours a week, and you also need to list what's required. For example, a qualification, experience. So that has to be listed in the job check and the location as well. And there's other things that we need to be careful as well for the job check. So first of all, if someone asks me for a job check advice, I would say, I'll pull out this applicant CV to find out how many years work experience does the applicant have, and then advertise it accordingly as well. Right? So this has to be on treat me or sick for 2 weeks. Okay? For at least 2 weeks. And then we're going to scan all the applicants to show and to prove why New Zealanders are not available for this position. It really depends on the location. It really depends on the time of the advertisement. The employer has to call these people to make an attempt to employ Kiwis. So our job is to basically scan these applicants to see if they're a New Zealand resident or not, and if they're not, they do not have to consider these people. If they are, we will pass on to the employer for them to consider these applicants. So this is also a fee to immigration, is $610. And this can take about 2 to 4 weeks as well. There are some cases we've seen within a week. but it's usually case by case scenario. And then we move on to the next one, is the application to the employee. And then we have to see this employment agreement, to see the pay slip, to see if they buy social insurance in the country, to see if they pay tax in the country, to see if they have employee confirmation letter, to see if they have a company website, to see if the company is still running, to see the company's registration, to see if there's any photo in the company. So everything we need for this employee to show this employee is working as a cafe manager or restaurant manager, or they have qualifications, right? And also talk about the police medical check as well, and this will be probably done in a later stage. This one is 740 for the employee as well, right? So this one can take anywhere between 2 months, that we can see now, to 3-4 months as well. So it's not weeks, it's months, right? So sometimes we've got one approved within a month, which is quite lucky, but this is not easy and not quick, particularly immigration is very short to start. So here we'll give you a good and hopefully some reasonable explanation in terms of how AEW works and what you need to be careful. And if you need further information, then feel free to contact us. We're based in Auckland Central CBD, Kitchener Street, and my name is Howie Yin. And our service fee it really varies between actually the job check and everything. So we can't give you a certain price, but obviously it's case by case scenarios. So more than welcome to give us a call, and so hopefully in this video is help you with some information. Thank you.